If so, maybe bloody so. I mean, oh my God, if buts, maybe. So Jim Radcliffe taking his 25% of United. It's happening next week. It was happening 3 weeks ago. It's happening now in the new year. Mike Keegan's talking about what is really going on with Manchester United's proposed 25 stake going to Sir Jim Radcliffe. That is all coming up. We're going to talk about what's been said there. We're going to talk about what happened last night as well. No new signings. That is the thing that's coming from the Sir Jim Radcliffe news. So you can forget about what other people have been saying and what other channels have said about 100 million absolute garbage being spent in January. Man United are spending diddly squats. That's what I'm telling you right now. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to get into details. Erik ten Hag has been talking as well about what he expects in January. We're going to get right into that. This is FUTV. FUTV, 30,000 subscribers just hit today. Thank you very much, everyone, for jumping on board and getting behind the channel. It has been an absolute whirlwind of the first couple of months, but I'm loving everything. I'm loving your contributions. I'm loving you guys just subscribing and giving me your comments. It's what it's all about. I absolutely love talking to you guys and getting your reactions to everything that we do here on the channel and all of the content that is coming up. It is really exciting right now. It is. And we had an exciting game last night as well. Off the pitch, though, not so much. It's kind of gone a little bit stale. And Mike Keegan today has been talking about what is actually going on at Manchester United and what we can expect going forward, more to the point. I'll just read what he was actually saying, or what he said today. He tweeted out earlier on, saying, exclusive, Sir Jim Radcliffe 25% investment in Manchester United is now likely to be announced the week after next. Legal structure matters still to be sorted. Had hoped the announcement would be pre-Bayern Munich Xmas break. May push it back even further. He then goes on to add to that and say it will take a further 6 to 8 weeks for it to be passed off, and obviously all the checks done. So don't expect Sir Jim Radcliffe to be in anytime soon, or more importantly, not in time for the January transfer window opening, which is where we're going with this video. This is the new United. I said it last night, and for anyone who jumped onto my vlog last night in the comment section, I've seen you coming in. Oh God, here we go. It's the new United. When United are back again just because they've won one game. No. Listen. Open your ears. Listen to what was said. That's what I'm talking about. The new United is everything put together. Manchester United now made a big statement last night, or Ten Hag made a big statement last night, and he talked about, after the game, how the team was together and this team was fighting for each other. On that pitch last night, they was. I cannot disagree. I'm chuffed for Ten Hag. And I'm really happy that the team actually went out on the pitch and played for him. Does it matter who was on the pitch and who was playing? I think it really does. And I think we need to get into more detail on that more than anything. And going forward, how Ten Hag can actually trip himself up if he does start changing it up again. I think right now you're looking at a team there that is not going to have Marcus Rashford in it going forward. It cannot do. Even when he came on last night, he looked like he was just labouring and walking around. It was pretty pathetic, to be honest. I don't want to be negative. I'm not going to be negative, though, because last night was all about the win. But going forward, like Mike Keegan said there, the takeover for Sir Jim Radcliffe, I've said it all along, it's not going to make anything. It's not going to make a difference. Even if this went through, which it is going to do, even if it went through 3 weeks ago, it's not going to make a difference in the short term at all. We're not going to see loads of signings coming in January. That's never going to happen. It was never on the agenda. The money wasn't going to be invested into Manchester United's playing squads. We maybe was going to see a bit of a structure, a change around of staff, and we all had to accept that. And like I've said many a times before on many of other shows, you have to be patient and let this new system settle in. It's still going to take 3 or 4 years for that to actually come to fruition, in my opinion. We have better people in better positions, the scouting network and everything, the structure of the club will run a little bit better, hopefully. And that's all we're hoping for. There's nothing to get excited about right now. There's nothing at all. There's nothing more in it, and there won't be any more in it, even if he was in for January. We haven't got the finances. At the moment, where it is and where it's at in terms of buying out the shares and everything like that, the complication with Sir Jim Radcliffe's takeover is obviously not in the buying of the Glazer shares. It's in the buying of the A shares that the shareholders have got, because there's more people involved and it's a lot more detail. It's a bit more complicated to actually finalise and get over the line. So everything is being looked at properly, and everything has to be done and structured in a way where it's passed off and approved. All the right checks are done, and it is just going to linger out a little bit longer. So what? He's coming in. It doesn't matter. Let's not get our knickers in a twist because it's not happened before the January transfer window. We was never signing loads of players in January. Who the hell would be available in January? Are you concerned, or was you concerned that United was going to be buying loads of players in January? Because that just doesn't work, does it, for this football club? So no, let's just leave January alone and let's see what Ten Hag can do with this squad that he's got now. That is the new United, because there is a squad of players there that just aren't being used. That's what we're talking about. That's what's interesting. Ten Hag has been doing, I've seen a story before. I've not seen it, I've not listened to it, but apparently the United We Stand, not the United Stand, United We Stand, Andy Mitten and everything on there have done an interview with Erik Ten Hag, and he's been talking about his aspirations looking forward, where he sees the squad right now, and more importantly in that, he doesn't expect any signings coming in this January. That's important. That's come from everything. I mean, I think that's realistic. And I think that's what we want to hear. Just call it now. Don't get everyone excited. Don't get people's hopes up like Manchester United are going to have this absolutely crazy January. We may see players leaving, and that may open up a window to bring another player in. That, I think, is realistic, and I think that's what we should be talking about. But Ten Hag is sure and he's clear what he's got. I don't think there's any targets that Ten Hag wants that are going to be available in January anyway. So let's just leave that there in terms of new people coming in. Let's get a few of your comments in on this one, actually, just while we're kick-starting everything off. Glenn Whitehead says, new signing may actually just unsettle us more. We need consistency right now. Fair points. Burnt Breck says, more important to get out some blocks. Oh, yeah, I don't know what that means. Then we get some in. I think I get the idea where you're going with that one, mate. Yeah, we do need players out of this football team rather than players in. We need to clear the decks and make sure that we have got room to bring the right players in my opinion, but not in January. Forget January. I enjoyed the game last night and great result and performance. However, I am still worried about how many shots they had, how easy they cut through our midfield. It's a worry. Yes, that is always going to be there with United, but are you bothered if we play football like last night? Is it more important about what we're watching performance-wise now? Is that what Manchester United need to do going forward? I think so. SRC says, I said to my son, the rat won't be in till after the January window, so they don't need to spend. You can't expect Sir Jim Radcliffe to spend money when he comes in. He's invested to buy into Manchester United. Don't expect that to automatically mean that he is going to start spending money. That's what I would say. Matt Turner, if Rashford starts at the weekend, I don't know what to say about Erik Ten Hag. Even bringing him on ahead of Palestra was annoying against Chelsea. Fearless, formidable, ferocious Foxes fan. That is a tongue twister and a half. But welcome, opposition fans, to the United channel, which is FUTV. We're welcoming everyone on this channel. We love that different opinion, as you know. Good thing there's no new signings planned for Jan, because you never know what you're going to get. I mean, Sancho, Varane, Mount, all problem children. Yes, they are. Kaz, everything with United is so slow. Yes, it is. It's like watching Rashford track back. Well said. Good joke. Everyone laugh right now about that one. 30,000 super chat in from Alien Tenno. Well done on 30k, you dosser. You big dosser. Yes, thank you, Alien. Brilliant stuff. We did pass 30,000, guys. Brilliant stuff. I wanted to get there before Christmas. We've done it. We need to set a new milestone. We are now on the road to 50k. That is the next one. 20 to go. Let's see how quickly we can get there. The content is going up a notch. We're bringing guests on, important guests on, and working on a lot behind the scenes to bring you a different content to what you're used to on YouTube, and that's what this is all about. Devil's Advocate podcast says, I know this is more for the summer question, but which right back would you sell in the summer? Ooh, I don't think... I've already said, Keane, that I wouldn't sell any of them. I don't think we need to be prioritising a right back right now, personally. But if there was a good one available, it's... Honestly, it's Dello or Wan-Bissaka. It's a double-edged sword right there, isn't it? I mean, you look at Wan-Bissaka and what he can bring in defensive mode compared to Dello in attack mode, who's younger. It's a tough one to call. I'm not even going to answer it because I don't know. I don't know. Where would you guys go with that if that came about? I mean, is it important? Do we need to be looking at a right back? I don't know. I think personally that Manchester United are okay in the right back position. I would like consistency off one of the players. If we don't get it this season, then maybe we could look to the summer and go, Dello, you're just not cutting it. You're supposed to improve. Wan-Bissaka's running out of contract. Is it easier to get rid of him? It could go either way. Michael Manning, well done on 30k, Adam. Cheers very much, Michael. Really appreciate that. I would bring in Frimpong, 40 million release clause, says Matt Frower. Frimpong has been mentioned. Manchester United are definitely in for Frimpong, but I think we need to look at the players that we should be out in. I mean, going into last night's performance and that team, I was worried about the midfield. I said it in my vlog last night. I said Manchester United's midfield looks a bit slow to me. Amrabat, Scott McTominay, Bruno Fernandes, if he starts wandering around, leaving them two alone. I've seen Caicedo and Enzo just walking around United, being able to pass through them. There were moments where we were bypassed and we were walked through. But that's because we were committing a lot in the press, and the press really worked for us last night. So for Manchester United now, we have to prioritise what works best for the system rather than the actual players and who the best players are. This is what I've always said for England. Play the best team, not the best players. That's the only way you will make it work as a manager. You need to implement your style and what you want on the pitch. You need to know who the best players are to fit that. It may not necessarily be the standout player or the player that is that goal scorer, that dynamic midfielder or anything like that. You have to think about how the system works. And I feel like Ten Hag seen it last night. It works last night. And yeah, we can criticise Chelsea and we can talk about how crap Chelsea are. And they are really bad. The first half should have been about 5-3 to United. I said that last night. Second half, Chelsea dropped off after the first 10 minutes of the half. And I thought, wow, yeah, Chelsea really are poor. They couldn't handle it. United settled into the game. And they started creating more of the chances again. It was a fantastic cross-in from Garnacho, who I thought was outstanding and definitely up there for man of the match. And when Garnacho is working with other forwards who are going to work as hard as him, i.e. Højlund, Antony, who I thought both worked really hard last night, I feel like that's when you get the most out of a Garnacho. That infectious front three running all night long then brings the midfield into play and makes them want to run and press in behind. It's infectious. I said this the other day. Negativity spreads quicker than positivity in a team. If you're seeing a player that's on 350 grand a week walk around with his finger up his ass, I mean, you're not gonna want to follow suit, are you? You're not gonna want to bust a gut if your teammate isn't busting a gut. It's like, why am I wasting my energy, possibly going to injure myself in the process, while my teammate's doing absolute jacko? And you look at Højlund, strong, battling, running, chasing down, Garnacho on top of that as well, youthful, infectious. It has to be that forward line now. Rashford has to understand where he's playing. Yeah, right, you got your contract. Well done. But it doesn't mean that you're guaranteed a starting spot. Last night showed, in our best performance of the season so far, without you and without Anthony Martial, that Manchester United don't necessarily need you. If you're not going to contribute goals like you did last season, then what are you bringing? Because it's not the work ethic. It really isn't. And you know what? Him coming on for the last 10 minutes, including injury time last night, I wasn't really bothered. Some people said he doesn't deserve to come on at all. But I was actually happy for him to come on because it actually showed him where he was when he came on. And I feel like, right, last night, Rashford showed that he couldn't keep up with the pace of the game, even for 10 minutes. When people were getting tired on the pitch, Rashford still looked like he was the leggy one. It was weird. It just didn't look right. But he needs to change his ways. Otherwise, he's going to get left behind. He really is. Paul D, member, thank you very much, mate. 13 months he's been in it now. Brilliant stuff, Paul. Hi, Adam. We need a World Cup forward. Is that World Class or World Cup? I get what you mean, though. We do need that quality. I still think we do need another centre forward to help Højlund out. Let me just see what else you guys are saying right now. We need a left back more than a right back next season when Shaw moves into centre back. True. Austin's agreeing with me there on that one. Let's see. The press was really good, and it's a headache because McTominay and Bruno gave us options but left us open. If we replace one with Mainu, do we lose that attacking threat? Because Mainu can play that role as well. He played it for the youth, the under-21s last season when I was watching him. I went to quite a few under-21s games, and he was playing in all positions. So, yeah, I look at it and I go, he definitely can play through all of the midfield roles, and I feel like that is a real plus for us going forward because he does have that extra composure and quality, that time on the ball, which McTominay isn't always going to get. McTominay's arrival late into the box last night was fantastic. It was good. If he didn't have his goals last night, though, how would you have rated Scott McTominay's performance? That's not a negative slant either, because it was brilliant and where he was, and he took his goals well. He lost the ball a few times. He's not great on the ball. Creative-wise, he's not fantastic. And someone said to me before, I think we should just play McTominay as a striker, because leading goal scorer now, more goals in the Premier League than anyone else. I think he's at about half a dozen now, 6, I think, for the season. Playing well in front of goal. In midfield, that's where we got the problem with him. So he's going back to his youth days here when he played more as a forward, like an 8/10. Should we not just be playing him there more? Does Bruno need to drop back into 8 if McTominay's on the pitch? And let McTominay be part of that pressing forefront players? Can be a target man. He was winning a lot of headers last night. One of his headers, obviously, a goal as well. So for me, I reckon, yeah, if you are going to play McTominay, he needs to be higher up the park because he's no good in front of the defence. He can't play on the half turn. If you're going to use him and use his energy up the top of the park. I don't know why Ten Hag hasn't done this before. Hi Adam, do you feel the fan base is behind Ten Hag? Says Alistair. I feel the fan base is behind Ten Hag because of the team selection he made last night. That was the first game at Old Trafford last night, and I've been to every single game this season where there weren't boos. In fact, I think it was Sammy Luckhurst who tweeted out, there were a minority of fans booing Marcus Rashford coming on the pitch. I didn't hear it. I heard the odd little murmuring. But a lot of fans have fallen out with a lot of the big-name players in this team, and a lot are fully behind Ten Hag. The singing section and the Red Army were chanting Ten Hag's name. They know what he did last night in dropping Rashford and Martial, and the crowd got behind the team because the team actually went out there and played for Ten Hag. That's the connection that we've missed all season, that we did have last season. We did have that connection between fans and players last season, but it disappeared. So, yeah, that came back last night, and the fans were right behind Ten Hag. DJ John T with the super chat. Cheers for that, buddy. Congrats on 30k subs. Much love from Sweden. Much love back, John T. Brilliant stuff, mate. Thank you very much. Love it. Let me just see now. I agree. Bruno in 8 for me, says Anthony. Mark LUFC UK says in the league, Scott's got 5. Yeah, he has got 5 goals. Madness. Leading goal scorer. Who'd have thought? That's crazy. Sandro Rodriguez. Hello, mate. How you doing? Thanks for the super chats. Big up, Adam. How was the crowd's reaction for Mr. Marcus Rashford 10 last night? I did just actually comment on that one, mate, and there were some murmurings in the crowd. There weren't many people in favour of him coming on, and there was the odd little boo. No one was really bothered because Ten Hag had already done the right thing in not starting him, and he got 10 minutes, like I said. So, yeah, the crowd wasn't really bothered at that point. It was probably the right time for Ten Hag to bring Marcus Rashford on. And ultimately, the crowd gave him the reaction that he deserved. Not much, really. The applause was mainly for Højlund and the work that he put in coming off for Marcus Rashford. That's what the crowd was getting into. So, yeah, I feel like Rashford would have felt that last night. to answer that question. Cheers for that. Paul D, class night shifts are killed. Congrats on the 30k subs, says Paul. Thank you very much. Eric Ten Hag is a warrior. Mark Froer says, Maguire, another player I don't think should be at this club. I thought he was great last night. I saw at least 3 key interceptions he made. Harry Maguire, like I said in the video, and I held my hands up and I apologised to Harry Maguire straight to the camera. I'm sorry, Harry. But I did say that he is playing well. Come on, you got to give me that. So he got player of the month. I mean, we haven't talked about that yet. Harry Maguire played a player of the month's performance last night. He was immense. He was very, very good. He made one error right at the end of the game, and I thought, you know what? Earlier on in the season, that mistake would have come back and bit us on the ass. Typical Maguire. He's played well, and then bang, something happens. It just got stuck under him. He gave the ball away, and they went through, and they had an opportunity from it, Chelsea, late on. I was just like, please don't. I never wish bad form or bad health or anything on a player. And I was like last night, I was praying for Harry Maguire last night because he did play well. The interceptions is a very good point made in the chat there because he did make some key ones. So, yes, big up to Harry Maguire because he did have a great game. And do you know what? For me, he was alongside Garnacho for man of the match. I didn't even give it to Scott McTominay. I thought Maguire was better than Scott McTominay last night. Scott McTominay is getting applauded because he got his goals. Other parts of his game, I don't think he was fantastic. But he's getting in them positions and they're key moments in games and big moments in games. So credit to Scott, credit to Harry Maguire, and a massive, massive credit to Garnacho. 2 academy graduates and a player that has been slaughtered because of his price tag by our fan base and everyone else. Me included. I'm not hiding from it. Well done, Harry Maguire. You did yourself proud and have been playing well recently. I hope you can continue it. That was our first win, by the way, against anyone from the top 10. I know it was 10th place Chelsea, and I'm scraping the barrel there, but Manchester United moved within 3 points of Manchester City last night. And you know what? What form would you rather have from the last 4 games? Would you rather have United's 9 points, or would you rather have City's 4 points? Because that's the difference between the two. And let's not forget, them Blue Noses are off to the Club World Cup soon. So everyone's going to have a chance to overtake. When City come back from the Club World Cup, they'll be out the top 4. How crazy is that? It's mental. And let's not forget, tonight, I'll be on top of the league tonight covering this game, by the way, but Newcastle, Tottenham, 2 teams pretty much above us, fighting each other, more drop points there. One of the teams at least, if not both, ideally. United are just right back in the top 4 race. How do we do it? How do we do it? We have to look at that as a positive. If we can harness that energy that we had last night and put that into our performances and start winning games like that last night, not one member of that Manchester United crowd would have a complaint. Not one United fan would have a complaint. That was exciting. That was good football last night. 28 shots. Wow. Where did that come from? Oh, I think we had 12 or 13 corners as well. We were the better team and we were taking it to Chelsea last night. They can say they had chances, and yes, it is a concern like someone brought up in the chat. We're going to concede chances if we're on the front foot. It's as simple as that. It's brave football. Ten Hag talks about players being brave. Ten Hag talks about taking them risks and them chances. You have to want to do what he wants to implement, but you have to be brave in doing it. Are you going to put the effort in to get straight back into a position if you lose possession further up the pitch? Because we did lose it, and Chelsea's interchanging triangles did bypass our midfield at times. But you know what? Bruno Fernandes is another one I want to bring up from last night. Missed the penalty. I didn't have a problem with his performance, though. I didn't. Do you know why? Because he was disciplined in position and he led the press last night for me. He led. He was the trigger. He played like a captain last night. A crap penalty, and he'll be gutted about it. But you know what? None of the heads dropped last night from it. None of the heads dropped, and Manchester United moved forward every time they came up against something. We missed the penalty. We carried on. We took the lead. Chelsea equalised. We looked a little bit shaky. We carried on. We didn't let it affect us. We just kept going forward, and then in the end, we got the winner as well. It was fantastic. It was brilliant. It was brilliant to see. And some would say, it's Chelsea at home. What are you getting all excited about? And the only annoying thing for me from last night was the fact that we had that great performance simply because we'd have negative results previous. That result came and that performance came because of the Newcastle game. That's what it was. It came because Newcastle performance was so crap and we needed to do something. Manchester United need to think like we just lost the previous game every single week then if that's the case. The energy and everything that we put into last night should be the staple. That should be the go-to for United going forward. It needs to be that intensity every single week and we will compete with everyone. We've got tough games coming up. Manchester United against Bournemouth this weekend. That's a hard game. They're on the back of 10 points from their last 4. They're in better form than United and City right now. They drew 2-2 with Aston Villa. That's the only points that Bournemouth have dropped. And Villa, we've seen what they did to City last night. So don't count Bournemouth off. This is a tough game at weekend for United. And that's me, everyone I'm sure, saying, oh, stop covering yourself in case it all goes wrong. Well, they beat Newcastle and they drew with Aston Villa in the last 4 games. So Bournemouth are a tough act. They've got themselves together and it is working for them. Let's get into the chat. Maguire played really well last night, says DJ John T. For once, I didn't get my Bruno penalty, says Devil's Advocate podcast. No, you didn't. Sorry, mate. Ten Hag played... Sorry, the team played for Ten Hag last night, says Alien. Yes, they did. Leandro Lee, Bruno worked extra hard last night. Put in a few nice tackles and got stuck in. He made a great tackle in the second half where he wrapped his foot a la Giggsy style, I thought. Wrapping his foot around from the back and bringing the ball back into play. Brilliant bit of... It is a skill. It is an art form, the tackle. Bruno, brilliant last night for that. Adam, you can't be that brave when you go places like Anfield. We will have to tighten the midfield or we will get punished. We haven't got the players, Anthony. We're going to have to just take it. If we sat back and was tight against Liverpool, do you think we could win? No. The defence isn't good enough and Liverpool will find a way. So would you rather go out fighting and try and build on that, or would you rather not know how we got into Liverpool because we didn't attack and we sat too deep? That's how I look at it. I'd rather play like last night and make a game of it and scare Liverpool a bit, because if we sit deep, our forwards are not going to be in the game and Liverpool just walk all over us because we will lose that game. I'd rather lose it fighting. That's what I say. I hear your point, I really do, and it is going to be that type of game and we have to just suck it and see, don't we? But honestly, I would just say just go at Liverpool. I don't think we can afford to sit back against Liverpool. We have to just make a game of it. We have to do what we did last night and concede possession and chances. I think a few tweaks here and there with the team actually might help that, and I want to get into that next, actually. Alien, yes, let's get the 100 likes up, please. Everyone in the chat right now, just give the video a like. Let's get boosting a little bit here now. Where are we at in terms of likes right now? We're miles off it. We need another 28 to get to the 100 mark. You know that's the minimum I'm going to take. We need 100 likes, people. So everyone in the chat right now, give the video a like. Actually, should be just liking it in celebration because we got 30,000 subs. That's what you should be doing. So please do give the video a like. Let's do this. Come on, people. Let's get on it. We need this. Anyway, let's get into some more. Mike Fergus. Hi, Adam. I watched the game last night, but me and Amanda were a little drunk. Good on you, mate. Good stuff. At least you enjoyed yourself. I had to prepare myself for the game. That's why you got drunk, because you was expecting the worst, Mike. Have faith, like me. I don't know. Whoop. Nope, I'm joking. If we play like that every week, we'll be challenging for the top 4 again. I agree, Mike. I agree, totally. Well said, my friend. And I hope you and Amanda had a great night last night. On the football, actually, made it even better. Mark LUFC UK says... sorry, he's talking to Alien. I'm not going to read that. You guys carry on talking. Get your little convos going. You know I like it. Great little community in there in the live chats. I sometimes stumble upon conversations that you guys are all having. So, yeah, I am watching. I am listening. I'm reading even, sorry. What am I on about? DJ John T at the bottom says, we have to play like that, like last night in every game from now on. The players will be better and better if they play together. That's it. You may lose to Liverpool playing that way, but you can build off that and use it going forward. Like, we came up against a better team. We're not quite as ready as they are, and they beat us on the day. So what? I'd rather that be the way at Newcastle as well. If I lost 3-0 to Newcastle, I wouldn't have minded more than I did when we lost 1-0 without even laying a finger on him. You can learn more from them types of games. So playing like that is the way we want to play. That shows you where the holes are in our team and where we need to invest and change it up. Like last night, Amrabat had his best game. Good interceptions. I thought Chelsea's passing was shocking though, and it made everyone look a lot better. And that's just being fair, I think. We were good, and it's the best we've been, but I'm not going to take away the fact that Chelsea were absolute shite. Let's just get that out there. They were poor. I feel like playing that way, we seen last night where this team can be tweaked and where it works. It's like, would we have had them moments if Varane was playing at centre-back next to Maguire? I don't think so. I think that chance that was... I think Lindelof got bullied a little bit. I wasn't surprised when Lindelof came off, actually. I was at first because I thought Shaw was being brought off when I seen Reguilon being subbed and warmed up. I thought Shaw's on a yellow, and this ref in that first half was a bit card happy for United. So, yeah, I feel like United were just playing it safe. I thought Ten Hag was just making sure that we didn't lose the game because we went down to 10 men. But no, he was very, very bold, and he brought Shaw into the middle, and I thought Shaw was excellent in the second half. I thought he read the game superbly. We may now see that more often. So I'm going to ask a question right now, actually. Do you prefer Reguilon at left-back, or do you prefer seeing Dalot play at left-back with Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side? Would you like to see Reguilon play there again, next to Shaw at left-back, or would you rather see Shaw in there, bring Varane back in? Which way you want to work it? Because I thought Shaw was great last night. That was like the Shaw at centre-back from last season. That's what we'll say. The likes are getting up there. We're on to 88 now. 12 more to go to hit that 100 mark, guys. Come on. Let's get there. Get liking the video, people. We will get there before the end of this stream. I know we will. It's good stuff. Good stuff, everyone. I know it's a bit of an early one, but like I said, I'm bringing more content to you guys now. Obviously, the Matchday vlog went up this morning. Cheers for tuning into that one. It's just an old school one for this channel that I like to just throw out there every now and then. Or every time I go to a home game, in fact. Yeah, it is every single home game. What are you talking about, Adam? Yeah, just watch it. It's fine. It's like my in and out on my journey. Cracking jerk chicken last night. I did mention it in the vlog. And when I'm on with Craig later, I'm going to talk to him about it because we like our food conversations on a watch-along. We're watching Spurs against West Ham, by the way. 7:45 tonight we start on top of the league. So do tune in for that one. But yeah, that's on there as well. I'm doing this video now because the news broke. We will be going live again later on the channel. So we're just bringing it in, the community in. I wanted to get your vibe for last night, really. Well, it was still fresh in our memories because I do my vlogs when I'm at the game, obviously. But it's more my opinion and I'm travelling home and I don't get to look at as many comments because it's so late. So I like to bring you guys in, obviously, the next day as well because normally in away games now when we're doing the watch-alongs and we come across, I get to see your thoughts on it as well. It's not just mine, and that's what it's... Because this channel and the 30,000 today and everything like that is all because of you guys. Not just me. This is our channel, and we're going to build it together going forward. So I want to know what you guys thought about last night as well, because that's important to me, because I actually use your comments and use your input to make the videos like this. That's what it's all about. But yeah, that one live later on tonight as well for more. I'm going to bring you another live show later on. And then, yeah, the watch-along. And then we're into looking ahead to Bleeding Bournemouth. It's Friday already. Where's December going? November just disappeared over the horizon. And December's here. Thick and fast. Games coming week in, week out. 2 games a week. It's absolute chaos. And we love it. Bring on the football. But, yeah. Them gaps and them holes and the system we play. Let's get into that. Because playing last night, I seen where Manchester United could improve player for player. That's what I feel. And that's what the new United is. That's what this video is all about. We're not getting players in January. Like I said at the start, Mike Keegan's come out and said it's going to be New Year now. It wouldn't have made a difference anyway. United are not spending Brewsters in January. So what have we got? We've got Ahmad coming back. We've got Palestri there. We've got Highland, we've got Garnacho. That there is a completely different front line. That is completely different. So straight away, we've got options already. Midfield, Casemiro will be coming back. Martinez coming back in defence. Mainu is come now. He's fully fit as well in midfield. So, and Eriksen will be back also alongside Mason Mount. Now then, what I want to know from you guys is, in terms of the players that are out injured last night, who for you would come into that team playing that way with that high press? Is there anyone that's injured right now that you would bring into that team? That's what I want to know. That's the question, because there are players for me that work in that system. Do you know what I would love to see? Scott McTominay, well done, great goals. I'd like to see Mason Mount in that 10 with Bruno in the 8 next to Mainu. That's what I would like to see. With Højlund, Anthony or Palestri or Ahmad, and Garnacho on the left. What about that? Is anyone liking that right now? Matt Froer says, Malacia, Casemiro, Martinez coming back. Malacia as well. There's another one. Honest Tiger has donated the usual 100 likes. Membership. Jump onto that one, someone, please. JW has already taken it. Thank you, Honest Tiger. Legend of the channel. And a big part of why we're at 30,000, actually. Thank you very much, mate. Brilliant stuff. I agree, says the Devil's Advocate podcast. Mount works. Yep, it does. Martinez, Mount and Mainu come back in for DJ John T. Yep. I mean, there's plenty of options there for United right now. Ten Hag just has to use his squad more. He did it last night. And it was fantastic. Sorry, I keep hitting my mic. He did it last night. I'm going all hand crazy here. Getting excited because we actually had a decent performance. I look at that and I go, that energetic press, everything that was positive in that game last night, we have got players that are coming back that can work even better in that. McTominay, the header, coming in late to the box. We've got that in other players as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be McTominay. I'm not taking him out of the team. I think he deserves to be in there. I'm not going to take that away from him. I'm not that mean. I am a bit cutthroat, and this is United. I think we need to be cutthroat. But Scott McTominay knows his role at the club. He's not like Marcus Rashford, spitting his dummy out all the time. Anthony Martial arguing live TV in front of 50,000 Geordies about what he should be doing. He's not. Hannibal as well in the pressing system. Good point, Devil's Advocate. So, right there, look at all the options we've got in that front line straight away. If you forget Marcus Rashford and Martial, and they will play their part this season, I'm not dismaying them at all. I'm just saying they can sit on the sidelines and learn from what's going on the pitch. Right now, I look at it and I go, right, okay, forget Martial and Marcus Rashford. What else have we got there? Well, we've got options. Ahmad, Palestra, Antony, Højlund, Garnacho, Mount, Eriksen, Hannibal. All them can play in that front four. I'm bringing Bruno back. He's another holding midfielder for me. If he can be as disciplined as he was last night playing the 10, I think he can play the 8 next to Mainu. Casemiro's got work to do to get back in this team for me. Maybe Casemiro further forward? No, it doesn't work, does it? Because he hasn't got the energy. I mean, he has definitely got goals in him, Casemiro. I think he's not far behind McTominay, actually. But I look at it and I go, it is a little bit more positive with the result last night. Only if Erik Ten Hag sticks to his guns. That's what it's all about. Ten Hag has to back that team that played last night. He has to. He said he wasn't making wholesale changes. I think he made 4, did he, last night, in terms of the team? Well, it's a good third of your team, so it is quite a lot of changes. And he brought out the main ones up front, and that's where our energy was, because we were winning the ball back high up the pitch. So for me, I look at it and I go, this team moving forward, playing like that, we can make it even better. We've got players already at the club that can make that formation and that system work in where we played last night against Chelsea. 100%. Cheers for the shout-out, Stephanie, of 30,000. Well done, Adam. Thank you very much. Get subscribing to the channel if you are just tuning in for the first time. Daily content coming to you all the time now, bringing you everything that is Manchester United, all the news and special videos as well, alongside guests. I have started to just compile a group now where I'm going to start bringing people on the show, important people as well, with a good voice, whether it be fan and journalist. That sort of content, that's what's coming up on the channel. And I'm loving it. The fact that we got to 30k so quick shows how quickly we can move And going forward, it's only going to get better, guys. It really is. We're going to get more and more. By the way, everyone, do go and follow FUTV on Twitter now. We've just opened up the Twitter account today. So go and give it a follow, please. That'll just keep you up to date as well with notifications of when the live shows are coming on YouTube and everything like that. And bits of news. We're going to be clipping up videos in there as well. All that stuff. So go and follow that on Twitter as well. That's kickstarted today. You only have to go to my account as well on Twitter, which you're already all following. I have just retweeted them there today if you want to get the actual tag for Twitter. But yes, go and give it a follow, guys. That pretty much sums up this early afternoon show. Good to catch up with everyone again after last night. I was knackered last night, my God. Honestly, you know, I cannot. Can anyone else just not sleep when United play? Honestly, game day, forget it. I don't sleep. All I'm thinking about is passages of play. What happened in the game? I'm thinking about how it went wrong or where we played well, who is crap, who am I dropping? I'm like literally in manager mode every time United play. Please tell me I'm not the only one. I'm not the only freak in the house here because I need you guys alongside me. Is anyone else tired after last night? And what is it with the 8:15 kickoff? Man, what time did that game actually finish? I don't even know because I got back way later than I usually get back. I mean, 8:15, then 8 minutes injury time as well in the first half. What was it, 6? So we had 14 extra minutes last night on top of a 15-minute later kickoff. So, yeah, it is a lot of later one. But, yeah, it is a tough one. It really is. When you're playing late like that and the game is that emotionally draining. Because it was a good game. It really was. And I got to be honest, when I looked at my phone and I seen Villa had scored Leon Bailey. But Villa's 22 shots to 2. Wow. What happened to City? No Rodri. No Like. 3 points behind City. Where did that come from? Honestly, I have no idea. But guys, that is it. Cheers for tuning in, everybody. Absolutely brilliant as always. All the contributions, all the congratulations on 30k, and all of your comments, likes, and anyone who's subscribed for the first time today. We are moving onwards and upwards, people. 30k and more. 50k coming up next. Let's do it. But for now, that is it. Cheers for watching. I'll be back later on, guys, around the usual time. Around 6:30, 7:30. I'll update everyone on that. It will be on Twitter as well. So go and give us a follow on the new Twitter page. It will be on there as well. And I will send out plenty of notification time as well for you guys when I'm going to be up live later. But for now, that is it. Cheers for tuning in, everyone. Brilliant stuff as always. I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's lashing it down here. Hopefully the weather's better than where it is where you are. Where it is where you are. Or where you are. Yeah, I'm out of here. Cheers, everyone.